So I just posted my intro video. I introduced myself and spoke a little bit about what I do, who I am, why I'm doing this channel. And thank you so much for everyone who viewed that one. As you can see, I'm wearing the same outfit. I just did that. But I had an idea for my next video. I need content, and now it's like coming out everywhere. So let's get into what I wanted to talk about today. So because I was the first one to have a baby in my friend circle, I was also the first one in my family, at least in a long time. Come on, I was not the first person to have a baby, but you get what I'm saying. So our kids were the first grandchildren and actually have been for a long time, up until the last year, um, just over a year, they have been the only great grandchildren. They're also our parents' first grandchildren. So being 21, I, I was still studying. We had just gotten married. I was pregnant while we got married. You can read my blog, guys, www.3boysandalittlemess.co.za. Our story's up there. It's actually called Our Story, and I talk about how Jonathan and I met, that I got pregnant in my second year of varsity. I took a year off. I went back to varsity and all of that. Anyway, you can read more there. This is not what this blog is about. Because I was the only one in my circle, in my immediate friend and family circle, who had a baby, at least in a long time. Because I was the first one, and there wasn't this digital community, and my family was amazing in support. They helped me with babies. My mom and grandmas and parents, they could show me how to bath my baby. They could show me the best way that they, to burp their baby. I had that. I'm not saying I didn't have that. I was not alone, not by any means. My husband's also amazing. He's very hands-on, always has been from the get-go. But it's the things that has progressed. There's things that research and technology has gone into, where my parents and grandparents, aunts and uncles, and older cousins, I don't have older cousins, but you get the point, they couldn't help me with that. And so I had to figure it out. I had to research and do it. If I didn't know something, I needed to find out. And I empowered myself with that information. And I think that my friends and family caught on, because I suddenly had, once they started having babies, my little cousins, when I say little, I mean I'm still thinking of you need to get it in a formula now, because this child is crying, he's not getting enough milk, and I don't know what to do anymore. And I put him on formula. My milk dried up very quickly, and that was it. Only later on did I find out that actually he was going through a growth spurt, and that's why he was so irritable. That's why he was feeding constantly. It wasn't because I didn't have enough milk, but my body just needed a second to catch up and realize how much he needed. And when I say a second, it happens very quickly. Okay? He was having enough dirty nappies. His output was fine. His weight was fine. I didn't have to put him on the formula, but I didn't know because I was home. I took a year off of varsity. I only went back when Caleb was about 10 months old. It wasn't quite a year, but you get it. That whole academic year, I was off. You know, varsity starts in Feb and ends in November. He was born in March and I went back in December. So I didn't know these things, and what I found is that my friends and family started coming to me and asking me these things. My cousin, my second cousin, she's actually, we chat a lot on WhatsApp. We don't see each other as much as we'd like to, even though we're both in the same city. I know it's terrible, our lives get so busy, but we are very close because we keep in contact, and technology has allowed that. And she just had another baby. It's her third baby, but still sometimes breastfeeding is different. She breastfed her second daughter long term for about 2 years, and so breastfeeding was different this time round, and that's something I had been through. I had breastfed Joel for 2 years and 8 months right through my pregnancy, and there was only a month gap between the time he stopped breastfeeding and the time Taylor was born and started. So your breasts feel different. Your nipples are so conditioned that it wasn't the same as my other kids with the bigger gaps. And so she asked me, "And did you feel this way? What happened? Am I doing something wrong? My breasts don't feel full." And I was like, but yes, I also experienced that. And yes, I shared my experience, but I also went and did whatever research I could. I went on, Lelechlik. I put her in touch with a Lelechlik consultant who then did help her. But her first point of reference was me. I'm not a breastfeeding expert. I'm not a lactation consultant. I'm not saying that. But I was her first point of contact. And then I directed her to the right, to the experts. And I found that this has happened over and over and over with so many of my friends and family who have had babies. And it is happening. It's still happening. I'm actually going to be present. And like, I don't want to call myself a doula, but I'm going to be a birth companion for one of my best friends. Because she notices and acknowledged that because of my, I don't want to say expertise, but I'm going to use the word just because I can't think of a better word right now, but because of my expertise, because of the fact that I've had 4 natural unmedicated births at a midwife center, at the same center she's going to be delivering, because in preparation for that I did breathing exercises, I did all sorts of preparations. My husband and I, we used natural forms of pain relief, like being in the bath, using water, heat pads to the back during labor, different breathing techniques you can use in different stages of labor. And so she's asked me to be her doula, like a little bit of a coach during her labor, and so we've been preparing for that, and I'm so excited. But my point is that I realized that I became unintentionally, because really it is a passion. I love it. I love when I'm able to educate and empower other moms. It is one of my, it just makes me feel so amazing, besides being a mom obviously, and my other passions, but that really tugs at my heartstrings when someone asks me and they genuinely are coming to me because they trust me and they trust the information that I'm going to give them, or the information, or at least the direction that I'll be pointing them towards, or say, look, you can go here, you can read this, you can as well. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope that I didn't chew your ear off too much. And I can't wait to talk to you again.